This is SSX. We're on Xbox Series X taking a look at this 360 era take on what was one of the best sports franchises ever created. This version of the game really didn't quite hit the mark for me. I was super excited too, coming from the kind of demo they did for the game, where it had some of these great, I don't know if you call them tracks, courses. You know, it had these great courses, and then you get to the main game, and it's just like this weird sort of, I don't know how you describe it, ultra disappointing death mountains or something like that. It was like this strange focus on, you know, deadly like mountains, and I just hated it. I was like, what is this? And you gotta have like gear to survive the probability of stuff. It was just strange, right? Like, I don't know what they were thinking there. But, yeah, I mean, this kind of mountain stuff is cool, but then you get to that, it's just like, what? What is going on with this? Oh, and I guess I should also mention that this is, like, just sub 720p. It's, like, 585 or something like that, 30 FPS. No auto HDR support. I don't honestly know what's going on here. I'm kind of just stuck on the mountainside. But yeah, I think it kind of really missed the mark when it came to kind of revitalizing the franchise and bringing it back. And to me, that was really disappointing because I love the SSX Tricky series. Oh, I didn't mean to rewind there. Crap. The rewinding was actually kind of cool though if you like super mess up on things, but I don't know if it's quite helpful in regards to the style of this game. Like, it's more of a racing feature that you would want to rewind to redo stuff. But I guess if you like mess up on a huge trick, you might find it kind of interesting. It's tricky. I did love the remix to Tricky though. I thought that was kind of cool and a good thing to do for the, you know, the new era. Is it playing the Tricky song? I'm gonna have to cut that out. It's not supposed to be playing that. That's fine, at least I'm not super good at pulling off intense Tricky moments. But yeah, you mean you can pull off some pretty cool moves. I think it had a fairly intuitive update to that in regards to the cool stick sort of setup to it. I liked the impact of the mountains. Like, they had interesting ideas for it. It's just, I think the execution wasn't necessarily there. And the weird push to do, you know, like multiplayer integrated type things, I think just kind of didn't hit the mark on this one. And that's the big disappointment for this game, is just they could have done so much more with it in that regard. Bronze. Alright, we're doing another run here. I've completely turned off the Tricky music though, because I'm assuming that's going to cause some sort of issues in this one. You can also do races. That was kind of a bad fall here. So if you want to compete in that regard, that's kind of cool. I don't know, I would really like to see a revisit to this franchise someday. To me, it's one of my favorite series. One of the ones that kind of just has completely been left behind, which is such a shame to me, because I think there's potential. Potential in this franchise to make awesome snowboarding games, but I don't know. It's just been so long that I'm not sure what kind of thing we get out of this franchise, if they would ever try it again. That's the big question. You know, you gotta say, is like, would they roll with this? Because I don't think this one was necessarily successful. Which is also disappointment, because they could have always refined on things going further if they would have had the chance to do, you know, more. If that makes sense. Not to say there wasn't like enough content, I guess, in this one. It's just, it really wasn't that great. You know, it was a very middling sort of alright game, at least from how I remember it. And like the health system and stuff. Like, it's just weird. I just want to pull off crazy tricks on wild mountains and, you know, kind of have a good time doing it. This is the thing. Obviously have the challenge, but I think maybe core mechanics wise, with how you move with the board and all that, That's really cool. It's just some of the mountains are like ridiculous where you're not even like on a mountain. Like this stuff, this is like a classic type of location setup, I'd say. But other ones, you're just, you know, you're going through like some just insane scenarios. And why is the difficulty level always like have to pull off like these insane, you know, skill things in order to even do decently well? Like, I'm not terrible at this, but, you know, I have messed up a bunch of times. It is kind of funny seeing the character get all messed up. But this is the character I used to play as, so I continued with her in this one. There is like a huge roster. I think they mostly brought everybody back, at least from what I can tell on that list. At least, you know, from the core classic SSX group. Boom, boom, it's tricky. Like I was saying, with the cast being brought back. Now, with that, I'd love to see some of the older SSX titles return through backwards compatibility, if that would be possible. I know we've got SSX 3, which is a gem, but I still want the original Tricky so badly. I'd really, really like to see that one kind of come in. And let's jump on to the another track, I guess. Alright, let's get in here, let's drop down. And I will give them this. The soundtrack for this game was actually pretty stellar. It was like Youngblood, Houdini and stuff. It actually like had a pretty good soundtrack. At least I thought so for that particular, you know, time. So this is one of those courses where I've got like an 85% chance of survival. So it's kind of interesting. Because like I said, you know, there's a chance of death and stuff, which was so weird. Because you had to like get like certain armor types, and I think that's where like a microtransaction element kind of came into play, was the fact that you could, well, basically, you know, buy better gear and stuff. So I guess when it comes to the visuals, it does look decently fine. I mean, you move pretty fast, that you don't notice things, but for like the snow in that, some of them have like, some of the banks in that have a lot of edging to them, a lot of jagged edges, and the character model isn't necessarily too clean. And you see in the background a lot when you're not in Deadly Caves, but outside, that basically, you know, a lot of the stuff looks quite jagged in the distance. So just sort of keep that in mind. It's not necessarily the most clean experience, but I think if it got more of like a little bit of a touch-up, it would actually be a fairly nice-looking game on the on the modern console platforms. At least I think so. Oh, look at that backdrop, wild. That's why I'm just like really desiring like a super sleek modern, like maybe just even remake the original game. You know, that might be an interesting way to bring the series back. It's been popular for some franchises for them, you know, to revisit the initial entry to kind of bring back the fans, rebuild interest in the series. I wonder if they could ever pull something like that off with, you know, this one. This one I'm saying is like this deadly like outside area and stuff, and some of the maps aren't even like literal mountains. You're just like on the sides of cliffs, and there's like weird hang gliding and stuff, I guess. Is that kind of a good phrase to say? There's like a gliding portion to it, and it's weird because it's just like I'm trying to do, you know, I'm trying to do tracks here, like just trying to like snowboard, and there's like this edge area where you just die. Oh crap, I don't know if that's gonna be okay. We're gonna have to like really rewind here. Okay, let's just kind of move back onto the track. I guess that's why they have the rewinding, is trying to fix, you know, that sort of idea of you getting knocked off of things. But some areas it's just kind of so stupid. I don't know if others felt the same way about this one, but I was just really hyped about it. And then as I continued getting through the game, I was like, oh no, the demo was the good parts. And I was like, oh. Because they have like some neat ideas where like a part of this is, oh crap, that's like off the track, isn't it? I thought this was going to be like a cool split where you could go off into a different area, but nope. I die that way. Oh crap, 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 crap. Yeah, let's get back on board. Tricky. Oh, touch the car. Oh, I missed the chopper. It's tricky, tricky. Oh, come on. Like, It's even frustrating to me today on this. Ooh, crap. Oh, jeez. Ah. Always trying to get those last points into the end. I think we'll do one more race here. Alright, let's go. And another part that kind of annoyed me, I guess, that I'm thinking back on it, is the multiplayer connection. So I just had an issue where I couldn't upload the server, so I had to like forfeit points or something like that. I was like, really? And it took forever for that to kind of sync up and tell me. I was like, oh, okay, that's a little lame. So I remember that being an issue. I think it launched, maybe? Maybe it launched, it was a problem. Definitely quite an interesting revisit going back and playing this, right? Because I didn't necessarily think I would try it out again, was the biggest thing. I was pretty against it, but then I was like, you know what, this might be kind of interesting. Oh, nope, we're trickying off the goddamn mountain. Yep. Oh, crap. Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay. I spend most of the time on some of these mountains just like rewinding and not even enjoying the actual thrill of snowboarding. Well, I mean, you're not really snowboarding in this. I mean, look at the weird tricks and stuff you're pulling off. Geotag. I've collected 16 out of 599. I'm almost there, guys. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Like, it should be kind of about speed, right? Where you don't... The only time you slow down is because you've messed up. That should be the idea of tricky. And I think they just took it to such extreme levels environmentally that it causes issues with the character. At least I think so, because you're constantly stopping what you're doing. Tricky! I just want to unleash cool tricks. Oh no, and not fall off the mountain. Oh jeez. Like, where are these types of mountains even existing, and who in their right mind went up here and created snowboarding courses out of the hills? That's crazy. Uh-oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh. Good. I want the snow tag. There we go. Got it. Wait, is that a hill down or a hill off the map? Oh, jeez. Yeah, spending more time worrying about what's going on than racking up sick point tongue combos. You're doing great. Hang in there. Huge and intense. Trying to build up that tricky meter. Remember, guys, I only had 85% chance of surviving on this one. Oh crap. Oh crap. Oh no! Yeah, as soon as you could see it coming on the horizon, you're like, I'm going right off the map in this one. Yeah, you lose your tricky, and it just drives me nuts. Absolutely crazy. I don't know. I think I just wanted more out of this one, and it didn't hit the expectations, especially after waiting so long for a new tricky game. There's moments here, though, brief moments where I'm like, yeah, this is the heart of the franchise I love, and then, yep, other moments where you're like, yeah, no. Oh, touching the chopper, which I think is like a Red Bull chopper. Not a shocker there, I guess. Red Bull covers the extreme sports, like SSX trickying. Wait, is that off the map? Oh no, oh no, 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 no! Flying off the map. Okay. Uh-oh. No, we're gonna have to go back further. Okay, back here. And down into this... Yeah, man, bummer. Real bummer, that's the thing. Total bummer. That's SSX.